This is intended for a mature audience only. Bitches.
Welcome back, my fellow deviants. I am Randy.
Meg.
Izzy.
And this is Raw and Uncut. And if you're just tuning in, this is part 2 of our BDSM episode. So if you haven't listened to part 1 yet, head on back over to your favorite platform and click on part 1 and listen up of what we had to say about BDSM. We talked about the general basics of it and dived a little deeper into it. Now in this episode, we're going to get even deeper and see where we fall in the scale.
Mm-hmm. Pretty damn deep.
It is a deep chasm.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be continuing to use the same safe word as part 1, so that way we don't get anybody confused and don't get ourselves confused as well. So the episode safe word today is Jello. So let's get into it. So like I said, we talked about BDSM briefly in the last episode. I say briefly, but it was an hour long, just about. Yeah. But we did touch on the general topics of it, what it is, the different subsets, just a generalized categories and stuff like that. We didn't jump too far down into them. And then we talked about some myths and how 50 Shades of Grey really is not an accurate depiction of the BDSM world.
Right.
And then stuff like that. Yeah. So now we're going to jump in even further. And we're going to kick off this part of the episode. And we're going to talk about whips and chains and handcuffs and how they excite me.
Do they, Randy? Do they excite you?
A little, actually. I don't know about handcuffs just because of my job. I deal with them so much.
Yeah.
But the whips part,
I
can probably get behind, in front of whips. Or behind,
Getting
I
whipped?
guess. Yeah, I don't mind it.
Okay. From a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about that?
I guess you'll have to see in my test scores.
Oh.
Already probing.
Yep.
So when it comes to whips, though, it's important to know that there is not just one size fits all.
No.
So there's different styles of whips. There's different types of different materials. You have your light floggers and you have your leather whips, and so you have your single tails, or then you have your commonly referred to as the cat of nine tails, which is multiple, and so many more. And it just depends on what you're planning to do with it. And remember what your partner wants you to do with it, because again, this is a world of consent. So I'm sure probably everybody at this table's got a whip in their dresser drawer somewhere.
Well,
guilty.
Makeshift. I got a belt.
I've been
beat with a belt once.
Yeah.
I got beat with a belt once. This isn't really a sex story, but
Okay.
It kind of turned into a sex story. So when I was stationed overseas in Japan, there used to be a country bar, and there used to be a country song that came on, and if you were in the bar, the girl could choose any guy they wanted to dance with them during that song. And it was a dirty dance, essentially, quote unquote. They would lay the guy down on the floor, straddle them, and kind of do like a dirty dance over top of them. The caveat to that was during the chorus, they would pull your shirt up, take your belt off, and beat your chest with your belt.
God damn.
So belt buckles would go flying across the room. I had blood running down my chest, down the sides of my chest one night.
No.
Yeah.
She was like relentless.
Into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was relentless.
Then I went, I'm going to enjoy this.
I got my revenge though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Elaborate.
I went back to her barracks room.
Okay. I want details.
Don't leave it there.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I mean, it's sex. That's it.
That's boring.
I know it was.
Just went
it was with a
vanilla.
woman. What do you expect?
Oh,
Wow.
ouch. I take offense to that.
Like, I mean, yeah, I have sex with women, but usually it's like, okay, I'm done, get out kind of thing.
Okay.
I don't like, yeah.
You ain't choke her a little?
No.
I would have choked her ass.
Did I choke her? I think I did, actually.
Okay.
I think I did. I think we did have some light choking going on.
She just beat the living daylights at you. You're just like,
I was sore.
okay,
I had
master.
bruises for weeks on my ribs.
Yeah, I bet.
So, and I was a lot skinnier back then too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your ribs felt them.
they definitely felt them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, but when it comes to whips, it's important to remember too that there are no hit zones.
Yes. Just for faculty, most people don't usually like face area. Mostly the visual aspect. Sometimes it can get difficult in their positions. Lower back, I get, what is that called? The
Love handles?
love handles. Yeah, love handle area. Those ones can be difficult too, only because your internal organs are so shallow there.
Yeah, they're right, especially right around that kidney area.
Yeah.
In the lower
Oh,
flanking
really?
on the back. A lot of people don't like you to hit them in that area because the kidneys are pretty shallow to the back and you can damage them.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Well, it's a good thing you're not beating people.
And most of the time you'll see it across the ass, upper back, men, chest mostly. I have not really come across many women who like to be flogged across the chest, scratched, cut across the chest maybe, but not whipped. Thighs, upper thighs, right below the ass.
I'm going to make sure you can't sit down for a week.
Yeah, usually it comes with the memory. They like that every time they sit down, they feel that pain, they relive that moment. And that's kind of one of those keep me going type things. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So usually for me, I mostly keep to my ass area. With my job, I use a lot of my leg muscle and my back. So I kind of need those areas not to be hurting all the time.
Right.
So,
I mean, for me, I tend to like my chest area mostly.
yeah.
Just right across the chest.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about the chest area is because if they swing in too shallow and it just like
Grazes you.
grazes your nipple,
Yep.
like that's enough to make you want to jump up off of it.
Oh.
But usually, they end up kissing it and making it better.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm going to pass this over to Megan since she tends to like handcuffs more than me.
Yeah.
I usually only end up putting them on people for bad
That
reasons.
red, yeah. So most, it's when you're entering in more of the bondage side of things, the actual act of bondage, binding someone, you got to be patient. Some people are super ready to try whatever it is, but some people think they're ready, get into the gear, and then realize maybe this wasn't for me. It happens. And one of the most important things to do is have that conversation. If it's not something you've done before, you want to try it, but you don't know how you're going to act. There are a couple different kinds of handcuffs. You have your normal metal, almost police issue type handcuffs with the safety releases. You always want to make sure they have safety releases, unless you have a permanent partner that you 100% trust. And then if they don't have the safety releases, then that's something you guys would decide on together. There's also the soft clip cuffs. I'm not even a drink in yet. Most of the time, these come with some kind of cantilever connection on them where you can either hook them to each other in the front, in the back, or to some kind of strap. There are some straps that you have that connect to the mattress, and you can put them in different positions.
So, I mean, I have a set that goes under the mattress.
Yep.
That comes up and you can have the 4-point restraints.
Yep.
So are those typically what you see people use?
I think they're more comfortable. Personally, I like them better than the metal ones. Even the metal ones with fur on them aren't really all that. They're aesthetically pleasing, but functionally, I don't want to have to worry about cutting off the circulation of my wrist
Yeah,
I
I
want to
think
have
that's a
fun
big
having
thing.
the act. I tend to go for the softer cuff. They there's different kinds. You can get the ones like Randy said that have a 4-point strap that goes around your mattress. Some you could just put eyelets in the wall, where you could almost have a more kneeling situation with the arms behind. There are also ones
I think I need to install that.
that that strap to the back. That way, those that are more interested in the rope bunny type thing, it kind of facilitates that. And these also can be used in conjunction with any of the other toys. There, other than the whips and the handcuffs, you do also have paddles. There are a couple different kind of paddles, leather, wood. We try to stick away from metal just because they are usually thin and heavy. You don't want to use that, wear yourself out making the swing when you've got other things you got to take care of.
I blame the boom and BDSM on elementary school teachers.
Oh yeah,
Because back in our day, we
they
used to get
sparked that?
paddled. No, back in our day, we used to get paddled in school.
yeah.
I get that, but that could have grown into like a, ooh, this is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
blame it on the elementary school teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They introduced us to it.
Okay. Was there a teacher you were into like, hit me, bitch?
That would have been hilarious.
Whip that ass.
Yeah.
I'm being a bad boy.
So you can also see with that part is role play. You can see that done with rulers, to add in more of the role play teacher student situation. You could also
I'm sorry, in my mind I just pictured me walking into the bedroom in a nun's outfit with a ruler.
Hail Mary.
sorry.
Composure.
you can do there are wooden spoons. Some individuals enjoy the wooden spoon for more of that bad child
Oh yeah.
type
I guess when you're
situation.
doing that age play.
Age
So-
play goes into that one. I tend to stay away from the wood.
No, you don't.
Not
You're
that
such a
kind of wood. Wooden paddles. I'm just too nervous about them splitting.
Splitting the wood
Yes.
on your ass.
Yes.
How fucking hard are they hitting you?
Well, it depends. I mean, if it's worn, it wouldn't take much. I've had a wooden spoon broke over my ass before.
Well, I mean, I could see that. Maybe a thin little spoon. I've seen your ass, so.
Yeah. Thanks.
Damn. Girl. Breaking spoons over there.
So yeah. So I tend more up to the leather covered paddles. My favorite one is they're smooth on one side, but the other side is studded. So you'll have
Both.
Yeah.
Flip it back and forth.
Flip it back and forth. Yep. Depending on, for me, if I'm good, being good or being bad, then I get which one. It depends on which one I get.
Is there really a good side to a paddle, though? Or they're both going to hurt.
Well,
The smooth one,
that's the whole thing. If it hurts worse, that means I'm being bad. So
I could just hit you harder with the smooth side, though, right?
well, it doesn't have as much pain factor. It's just like your hand.
Yeah.
I mean, hands are okay. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, no way in hell I'm hitting somebody with my hand.
Why not?
Not going to hurt.
Gotta protect his hand.
It's so pretty.
not
so
to mention-
pretty.
He's so
Got my
soft.
manicure.
Right? No, I ain't got no manicure.
Are you sure?
I know so.
So we also have those. Anything can be used as an object. It's just that conversation that needs to be had on how.
There's a paddle hanging on my wall right now.
I know. I'm not using that. It's wood
We'll use the
and
rope
decorative.
Yeah, that looks like more like a trophy situation.
That would be more of a gag.
in. I could do that too if you
Yeah.
want.
which are another options. Those are gags.
Oh
So
yeah,
they're-
ball gags.
Yeah, well, they're
Well, not just ball gags, but gags.
Yeah, there's two different kinds. You will see them in fabric or leather. Ball gags are just as they sound. They're a ball at different sizes.
There's still a lure for a gag, though.
It's a submissive. Don't talk.
Don't talk.
Don't make noise.
Mm.
Some
Want me to show
other
you?
Yeah, put it on.
I'm gonna put it on you.
some other DOMs have different reasons for their submissive to have a ball gag, but usually I've seen it that way. Role playing also, mostly with the fabric ones, in a kidnapping situation, kidnapping role play. They'll use fabric bandanas sometimes. Blindfolds are the same. They do have leather masks. I think they've used that, but not quite as a blindfold. But
No,
they do have.
I mean, they do have like the leather zip masks and stuff like
Yes.
that, where the mouth is zipped shut.
Yeah.
You know, and the eyes are covered,
Yeah.
or something along that lines.
That's an interesting one, too. Is it more like being objective, like an object situation kind of deal?
I've
takes-
seen it as an object, but I've also seen it as a complete sensory dump. So you can't really heal that well through the leather. Your breathing is limited. There's no, your eyes are forced shut, so you're basically unable to use any of your senses. The smell's gone. All you mostly smell is the leather. So individuals I've come across that enjoy having full body coverage. I've seen full body. It's a sensory limiter.
Okay,
Limiter.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I know we're gonna have future episodes where we actually jump deeper into the BDSM world and break apart like each of the subsets, and that's going to be one of them. So maybe we can dig into our bag of tricks and see who
Who wants to put the mask on?
who wears a mask.
Who wears the mask? Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do that.
So,
Why are you looking at me?
So yeah, most of a lot of these, handcuffs, whips, chains. Now, I've never really come across anybody that really cares about having a chain whipped across them.
I don't think anybody would like to have a chain whipped across them. Maybe chained
up. I've seen
Correct.
chained up. That's the whole metal. Metal is a little heavier, so I've seen them used as ropes, but
Yeah, I mean, probably. I guess most of the time, most people are going to probably go to ropes.
Yeah.
Ropes.
How many are you in now?
I'm not even full through one smash
He
yet.
wants his whoopee. Somebody get it for him.
Keep it up. When you get back next time, there's going to be an X rack in here that you are going to have to podcast from.
Oh yes, let's make sure the whole entire
the
thing.
whole episode, you're going to be in an X rack. We'll pull the mic to you.
Let's do it.
I'm sending help.
So yeah.
So there are many more different toys, but those are the main ones that you will see when you use in that type of BDSM community.
Right. And it comes back to just remember that this is a consent community.
Yep.
So you're not just, having somebody come into your bedroom and you force them into, a set of ropes and blindfold them and beat the hell out of them.
Yeah.
Because then you've crossed that line.
Yep.
So make sure you have that consent. Make sure you have that conversation with your partners before you get to that point.
And that actually brings up a little bit of a, you had said about coming into a room or bring them into a room. So we had mentioned before last time we were going to touch a little bit on what a dungeon is.
Right.
So let's just take this opportunity and just do a really quick overview of what a dungeon is. And this is not an exact. Dungeons are different based on the host's setup.
They're different based on the host setup. Oftentimes they can be set up in basically like a basement or a spare bedroom or somebody's garage, you know, or they actually have like a large events where you go to different spaces. So, you know, so those are the more private dungeons. Then you have your more public style dungeons, which are like your, you know, workspaces, sex clubs, stuff like that. So, and then when you do, they're themed. So somebody who may have a dungeon in their house, it's probably going to be more themed to the things that they like.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go to a sex club, there will be multiple rooms. In each room will have different themes. So you might have a room where it's, you know, an X rack or several X racks, or you may have a room that is just for people to watch you.
Yep.
I've been to a campground that actually has a pig pen, which is not really, I guess it is kind of BDSM world. So, you know, so they have a pig pen, and stuff like that. So, you know, it just comes back to where you're going with the dungeon. So if you're doing more private, it's going to be more tailored to what that individual that's hosting likes. Or if he knows that people coming are into certain things, they will set that dungeon up in that manner.
Yeah.
Whereas your more public ones are more, I don't want to say commercialized, but that's almost what it's like.
Almost is, yeah.
You know, they try to cater to everybody that could actually be coming.
Okay, so they have a little bit of everything there,
Right.
but nothing specific.
Exactly.
Walmart.
Basically.
Let's go down this aisle. I think I'm going to choose.
So, you know, and like with your public ones, you're going to have like, you know, like I said, your X racks. You'll have your rooms for spanking and flogging.
Role play,
your
degradation.
suspension rooms where they basically, you know, suspend them from things. You know, and resistance is, you know, gosh, I'm tongue tied today. Your resistance play and everything like that. So, and you're, like you said, your role play rooms. Yeah. So I have had experiences in the commercial side of them, I guess you can say, where I have gone to a sex club.
Yeah.
Typically, and especially nowadays, they are a lot cleaner than they used to be. A lot of times they used to be known as like very dirty and I'm not saying dirty like as in the people that go there, but like dirty as in like they just weren't
grungy,
cleaned up well and stuff like that. But nowadays, then there's a couple actually in our area here where you go and you pay to get in, like, and you're paying not to have sex. You're paying
for the experience,
for the you know, not even when you're paying. It's more along the lines of they're setting it up like a gym membership kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So, and then the first thing you do is you go in and take a shower and stuff like that before you go in, you know, further.
Oh, they make a shower. Thank God.
So, and I mean, there's rooms that you can just have showers too. So
wait, the dungeon you went into, was it with a friend?
No, I went by myself.
So what motivated you to go?
Just out of curiosity. Yeah.
Which dungeon? Like, was it specifically tailored to something?
What do you mean?
You know how we were talking about how there's some that are just.
Oh, you mean so like which one in there did I go in?
Was it like a commercial one?
No, it was one that is set up that has multiple different rooms, and different themes throughout. And so I just kind of experienced a little bit all of it.
What kind of experiences are we talking about here?
So, I mean, I went into the rooms for the suspension play. I am very, no secret, I've said it before, I'm also very much into the voyeurism and stuff like that, so, and exhibitionism.
So you mostly watched people?
I watched, and then I participated and let people watch.
Ooh.
So, most of the time I spent in there. But I did actually, like, look around and see what the other stuff was. Because some of it I was like, I don't know. I've never done that.
Yeah.
You know, so let me go see what it's about. And there's nothing that says that you can't go in the room and watch.
So you could just go to room kind of deal, full access, just open and just free roam.
Now there are some, so you can get private rooms. So some of them do have private rooms to where, you know, the door will lock and you can't, you know, but there are open rooms as well. And then some people just leave the doors open for everybody to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Are there condoms everywhere?
Yes.
I'm imagining. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the other side of that too, where I say, nowadays they are a lot more cleaner than they used to be because there are condoms everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, it was just
You had to
Bring your own.
Bring your own.
Yeah.
In some places. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my experience with, I guess, BDSM dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
Not as BDSM like targeted, I guess, but just more generalized across the board. Not specifically like going to somebody's house and doing the private events.
Yeah.
Which I'm not opposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So.
Looking into one right now?
Mm-hmm.
Google?
No, just putting that out there.
Oh.
What about you, Izzy? Would you go?
I think I would go just to see what's going on. But I feel like I'd be more of a watcher than a participator.
Well, this is coming from the same person that went to a nude beach and never took his clothes off.
Oh.
That was my first experience. And I did it more so
And
for
that
my
was my
friend
first-
because he
Yeah.
had body.
And that was my first experience too, and I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah, but I was building my friend's self-esteem. I didn't want to like take my clothes off and be like, witness. I didn't want to be a douchebag. He was having self-esteem issues.
Did he take his clothes off?
No, like the most we got was his shirt, and it was only for like a second or so because he lost a lot of weight very rapidly, and he has all this loose skin.
Yeah.
So he's working on it, kind of deal.
Yeah. Oh.
Slowly but surely.
Well, good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Even a second is progress.
Well, I'll say it again, and I said it yesterday. There is a nudist club around where we live at here. And
Trying to get me naked.
we're all going to go to it one weekend.
I'm down.
And that way we can then talk about it on the podcast in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We're gonna get naked.
As long as it's warm out. I can't
Oh,
do
hell
cold.
no. I am not going when it's cold.
Nope.
No. I mean, shrinkage ain't going to bother me, but
It's gonna bother me. What do you mean?
but at least be warmer. Because, I mean, they do have a pool and they have a hot tub and a lake.
Okay.
So
I did get naked in a jacuzzi though. That was fun.
tell us.
Huh? That was it. Got naked in a jacuzzi.
By yourself?
No.
Who are you with?
Damn. Gosh. With a human being.
Well, I would hope.
With blood coursing through his veins.
So what happened?
Nothing. It was just a really romantic kind of like looking at the stars, but butt ass naked in the cold.
Oh, in the winter?
Cold. It was cold.
Oh.
But when you got in the jacuzzi, it was nice
that's
and
a
hot.
nice hot thing.
But it was a really cool experience.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Okay. No sex?
No.
Have you ever
It
had
was
sex
just
in a hot tub?
You know,
No.
I fooled around once in a hot tub and about passed the fuck out. So that was the last time I have ever done anything with hot water like that.
Yeah, like it's hot, so it's just nice to just relax.
Nope, not for me.
Oh man.
Okay.
Sometimes in the shower, I get it. It's like, nope, got to get out.
Yeah, see, in the shower, I'm different. Like, I can't. Like, I don't mind sex in the shower. Don't get me wrong, but it's got to be quick.
Yeah.
Because too much is just the steam.
It's too hot.
Too hot.
It's too hot.
I have had sex in a hot tub, though.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
And survived?
Were you mostly out of the hot tub?
Somewhat.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it would make sense. Like I don't know. Have you had sex in a pool? I've heard that.
I got a blowjob in a pool once.
Really?
Yeah. Don't ask me how they did that, but it worked.
They're snorkeling. That's how they.
So, yeah. Don't ask me how they did that. But
You just open your mouth so you can get some air.
they managed. I let them do it.
I can't hold my breath for that long. Wrong tube. I need air.
All right. Well, now that we're off BDSM
Yes.
topics, let's
Okay,
get back
back
onto
on.
them.
Oh, I'm gonna cry a little.
And I think it's that time.
So, yes, it is that time. It is that time, y'all. We have taken the BDSM test. Well, two of us had it done last time. We had to wait for the third one to catch up.
Hello.
So we are going to go around and talk about our test scores. How do we want to do this? We want to talk about our top 5?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. We'll do top 5.
That makes me sound like our sixth one.
We should run through it and then pick out the ones that we think stand out for us.
Oh no, because you're going to skip over something that is
Just
you don't
run
want the
through
list.
it. Say the list, but
Oh,
then
okay.
pick out the ones. If
All
you
right.
guys got questions, then y'all can shoot them. But
All right. Well, then
I'm only going down to 50%.
yeah, I don't think we need to go much lower than 50%. So,
okay.
just, All right, well, we'll start with Izzy.
Go ahead.
Hot
Izzy.
seat.
Damn.
There we go.
Hot seat.
What's your top 50s?
Oh God. So like percentage wise, we're
Sugar.
only going to 50%.
Yeah.
The 50s. Okay.
What do we got?
Okay. At 100%, I got Switch, which that makes sense to me.
100%?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I could see that actually.
Yeah.
I just from knowing him, I can see that him being a switch.
Okay. 91% Primal, and then it has Hunter on the side.
Ah.
Mm.
Okay, so in case you
Judging
guys
hard.
don't understand what that one is, primal for a hunter is more of the animalistic side where you are hunter-prey type situation. So Izzy likes to hunt his prey.
Yeah.
And I
What was your percentage?
91%.
Mentiroso.
So I can see that sort of at when I'm a top. Like that makes sense to me. Not as a bottom.
No.
Yeah, but you're
There's
not a
none of
top
that.
91% of the time.
Be gone with you. I cast you away. This is about to turn into a musical. 76% experimentalist.
Damn, what a drop. 91 to 76.
Yeah.
Experimentalist, I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that too. Like I like to. It's not a hard no to most things.
So if you guys aren't aware, an experimentalist is an individual who is open to trying new things.
Yeah, I think that fits.
Yeah.
Okay, 75%. We got warrior, which that kind of surprised me a little bit. Kinda.
You like to watch people having sex too, see?
Yeah. I mean, I literally just said a few moments ago that I would more likely be a watcher. 71% rope bunny.
Okay.
Yeah.
So rope bunny, those are the individuals who like to be tied up.
See, I don't understand how you're so high on the rope bunny list, but even higher on the
Primal.
list.
It gets messy here.
So it's probably his subside.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I see the top side where I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And then the submissive side where I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense too. And it kind of like just meshes all around.
It's a little bit different because he's so high of a switch.
Yeah, that's true. He is really up there on a switch.
So chill out over there. Sit down and enjoy the ride. But the rope bunny, I remember my first experience. And it was super light. And it wasn't talked about either. I was with this is when I had the office job. This was a while back. No, not even. I think I was still in school. But you had to dress up like administrative type stuff. And I had my dress tie, all of
Wait,
that.
You were in school? So this
Not
was with your teacher?
No, I wish. But I went back to his place, and it was one of those things that just spontaneously happens. He was undressing me, took off my tie, but then tied me up using my tie. And that little experience right there, I was like, ooh. Like that lit a little like flame. And I was like, I think we need to do this again. Just tie me up, but use this. Anyway, continuing on with the list. 67%, we got master and mistress, which I don't really get.
Okay, so master mistress, it follows along the lines of dom sub, but it has more rules where so if I was your master, you would have to do certain tasks for me. You would have to so at one point in time when I was a mistress, I had to have my partner, they had to get on all fours and they had to send me a video of them barking like a dog. So but it's not quite slave either. There's a very fine line between dom, sub, master, mistress.
Yeah.
But master, so you enjoy, it's closer to the dom side is what it's saying.
I got to go back for a second. I'm still stuck on this primal thing.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
what was in your quotes after that? What was primal?
Hunter.
For the hunter.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
let me continue onward. Jesus. Stop.
I think he lied during his test.
Anyway, 65% rigor. So is that the person that ties them?
Yes.
That's the person that ties them up.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
Mm-hmm.
63% primal, but now it's prey.
Mm-hmm.
And then, 62% submissive, 61% brat tamer, 59% sadist, which I was like, oh, damn. Okay. 55% vanilla, 52% owner. And those are my top, 50s?
50s, top 50s. Yep. Wow.
Okay. I can see some of those.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
Goodbye.
Especially not primal.
Let's
The
go
primal
with
one
you.
can't see. Go ahead, Randy.
You're just jealous. Rawr. Stay over there.
My top 50.
100% sub.
I am 99% voyeur.
Wow, really?
Yes. 99% voyeur. 92% dominant. 82% experimentalist. 78% switch.
See, I'm surprised on that one. I thought that one wouldn't be as high.
Not for me.
Yeah, for you.
I can honestly see it, like looking through some of the questions. Like I was like, okay, I can see why my switch is higher because it just depends on who I'm with.
Yeah.
So
I
if
guess.
I'm more committed to the person, I'm more apt to be the sub side, like I said before. Whereas if I'm not like in a relationship with that person, it's like fucking get out.
But how many times have you done the relationship thing, Randy?
Not many.
Okay. See why I'm confused about that number?
Yeah, but I mean, the ones that I've done have been for a long time.
Yeah, but
So I've had a lot of that sub experience with them.
okay.
I don't know. That's not a strong test pool.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. He's holding up two fingers. Okay. Go on.
Where was I at? 77% master, 72% rigor, 66% owner, 63% brat tamer, 62% primal hunter.
I can see that. It's very low.
Keep it up. 60% exhibitionist, 65% sadist, 55% vanilla.
Wait, 65% vanilla?
No, 55%.
55%.
55% vanilla.
Oh, we're the same. Oh, we're both vanilla buddies. Look at us.
54% degrader.
I'm very surprised.
I'm surprised at that because I'm not the type of person that likes to call people.
So it doesn't always have to be vocal.
That's true. And then some of the
That's where I
questions
would
are
go.
about like peeing on
Yes.
people and spitting on them. And
It's the
I'm
act.
okay with that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's how it caught me too.
So 51% non-monogamous.
60 what?
51% non-monogamous.
That's not that surprising.
And then that's it for my top 50.
Yeah.
Now let's flip the script and flip them upside down because we know all the
Mm-hmm. The other stuff,
subsides
subside
are
is all
gonna
on
be
me.
high for Megan.
Yeah. So I'm 99% submissive. I think everybody kind of knows that.
Yeah.
You didn't hear no gasps in here.
Yeah, no.
I'm just like, okay, continue.
Yeah. So everybody knows. 79% rope bunny,
Okay.
72% voyeur, 69% vanilla. I thought that was a little high.
No.
That is a shocking one.
No, it's not.
I feel like I'm more vanilla.
No, you're not.
Okay, ho.
Who you calling a hoe?
Well, here, you guys, I got 68% experimentalist, so it's only 1% under. I thought my experimentalist would have been a little higher than my vanilla.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think vanilla and just experimentalist. God dang. I do not know why I'm so tongue-tied today.
Dang.
For me, when I look at experimentalist, it's not necessarily saying that you're not afraid to do anything once. Doesn't mean that you're going to keep doing it.
Oh,
Or maybe
okay.
you're in a phase where you already know what you want.
Oh, that could be true too.
Whereas a vanilla person is just, that's how they are every time.
Yeah. But that's not true. That's not. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
I hear it.
Shut up.
The bedroom walls ain't that thick.
60% slave. It's probably part of that submissive stuff.
It's all submissive.
55% primal prey. 54% exhibitionist. 54% switch. 51 masochist.
Wait, 54% switch. What is... Oh, it's still the Dom sub thing. In
Yeah.
Right. Because my eyes went cross-eyed.
And I can guarantee you that percentage went up with this current relationship.
And that
because she's had to become the Dom in that world. Yeah.
I've had to switch a lot.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You've had to tell him to tell you what to do.
But do you get legitimate pleasure out of it? Or is it just like, just for the relationship situation?
No, I mean, I enjoyed, there's been times where I've taken before this individual has come to my attention.
We need to dress up like vampires.
There was the very first time I ever had to switch. This male, he was completely sub, but he was to the point where I had to leash him. And he had to I had to send him chores to do that day. And then as long as when we met, he did all of his chores and he did exactly what I needed him to do, then he got rewarded.
That almost sounds to me like age play, like you were telling your kid what to do and then you give him a reward.
Oh, well, it was more like slave, actually.
I guess.
And this was the master mistress
right.
Situation. And that was the very first time I had to switch roles like that and become a Dom. Now, there are some things that I still do that I like, but being that intense is not really my thing. I am 99% sub. Yeah. So I'm surprised Switch is so high.
Yeah.
51% masochist, 48% brat, 46%.
Oh, she's going lower than 50.
Oh, you're right. We stop at 50. So let's stop there. let's just go.
Wait, are you hiding something on your list?
No, I don't hide things. But I would like to bring up a couple of these that we didn't talk about, just so if you do end up taking this test, you are aware of what these terms mean. So we do have boy, girl. So basically what this is it's the act of acting boyish or girlish. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean it has to be gender of male, gender of female. Most of the time, you'll see this with a couple in a partnership. You will see a girl that likes to act more childish. plays board games, brushes Dolly's hair, kind of things like this. You will also
Right.
see this. I did one meet an individual whose primary gender was male, but he actually played more of the girl role, where he would act more like a little girl. So that's what boy girl means. Degrader, degradee. So that's basically you like people to degrade you. That's basically what that is. So it's degrading. Age player. We've touched base on that one a little bit here. Daddy mommy situation. So acting more. Which I'm surprised your daddy didn't come up.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's a good one.
That is weird. I didn't think about that.
I didn't think about it till just now. But anyway,
Let me go back
daddy
and look at
mommy.
my list
So it is just exactly what it says. Owner. So owner goes around with slave, where you are the owner of the slave and make the decisions for that individual. Now, slave is it's not just in the bedroom. It's actually in all aspects of their life. So as soon as they walk in that door at home, that's where slave starts. It's not just in the bedroom. So owner starts from there.
So to answer your question, my daddy is at 48%.
Oh, okay, so it's under 50.
Yeah, it was under 50.
I'm surprised. And that's I think that's pretty much all that we had that you might see on your list should you decide to. Now it's bdsmtest.org. Or was it net?
No, it's org.
Org, yeah.
It's bdsmtest.org.
Should you want to go and see how you would rank on this test?
Yeah, so head on over there, check out that. Feel free to drop us your scores as well if you'd like. And that about wraps up this episode of Raw and Uncut, my fellow deviants. Like I said, this was part 2 of the BDSM episode. So if you hadn't already, go back and listen to part 1. If you want to know more about our show or reach out to our hosts, you can head over to our website at rawanduncutcast.com. Look us up on Facebook. You can search Raw and Uncut Cast, all one word, or send us an email at rawanduncutcast@gmail.com. And with that, though, again, we are going to be coming up with a listener's tale episode here. So if you've been listening to our episodes and you have a story you want to share based off of one of our episodes, feel free to shoot it to us and we'll read it on our show maybe. We don't have to say your name if you don't want to. Just let us know.
Yep.
Hopefully we get some submissions.
Yes.
So, but before we go, make sure you like and share us on your favorite platforms. Tell your friends about us. And make sure you do your research before you push these boundaries. Have that conversation with your partner. If you are moving from the more playful handcuffs and blindfolds into something that's more involved in the sexual play. Just don't jump into it because people can get hurt. And always remember that this is a community that is built around consent from all parties involved. I've been saying this many times throughout this episode. Consent is key in this community. Without consent, you just have rape.
Yep.
So, as always, make sure you choose your safe word wisely.
Rawr.